the box when you are in the main model.
Files on
When you
line.
have the wall
And
selected.
there's a lot of people that are going to be
I
doing
did that
this better
because
than
it's
me.
only 2x4 and 2x6.
Stairs
So it's
is
just
different
either
than
one or the other one.
other things.
So all the way
Like
on the-
walls,
on the
stairs and
top.
walls, they're not families. They're innate, which makes it really hard to extract, to copy in and out.
It's the
What you have to do is you have to
2x4,
open parallel files and you
unless
copy and
check
paste.
2x6, it becomes
Now,
2x6.
staircases in general are not.
Yes, right.
There's simple staircases
If
and
it-
complex staircases,
Yeah.
right? The
I had
purpose
that
of this
family
call is
before,
really
just
to
found
go into a
useful to
complex
use it
staircase.
here, but
So I'm
if
going
it
to use
doesn't
it as
fit
an
our
opportunity
standards,
to
you know, we can
rebuild
always-
Browning and do it
Yeah,
right.
we can adjust
So
the best
in the
We always-
typical
It's
way,
important to keep in mind we need to make it
you have a couple of
modeling,
basic options.
user-friendly
And
for
this-
whoever is modeling,
This is the family,
and
but you
user-friendly
can't
as well
import
to
options
extract
easily. What you have to do is you have to
for-
edit type and you
yeah,
have to
for
rename
short
it. So for
And then
us,
it's okay to overkill a little bit.
let's
if
rename a,
necessary, you know, so then we
wood.
make it convenient for
let's just say Browning staircase,
for
right?
the user in the Revit and also for fabrication.
Obviously better named in the future. So it's a maximum of 11, minimum of maximum 7, minimum tread 11, 4 feet wide. The run type, and all of these, now you can start editing. So for calculation rule, this is a very default option,
Sure.
and you basically say,
If you need to search for like a framing family there, you're okay with
To-
that.
to figure out the
Autodesk
slope,
library,
it's-
you know
this is
where
the
to go,
default,
right?
which is fine. You can make some changes to it to add additional like
The
Nuances.
joists,
nuances, but we're just not there yet.
If I
This
type
is
the
interesting
correct
here.
dimensions,
This
because when it
is
says
what you were
RF,
saying. Hey, at the very beginning, you were saying, hey, what is the
RFPI,
thickness of the tread?
Right.
Right? And I was like,
40 or
I don't really
70.
care.
It has
So
to do with the
here
width of
you
the-
can go
the
into the
web.
materials,
Not the web,
and you can specify
top and
what
bottom.
materials you're using. For us, it would be some sort of rubber. I don't even think I have it in here.
It's an information
Some
easy
sort
to
of
get,
vinyl
just
product to walk through. So I'm not even gonna model, worry about it. But the thickness isn't
any other standards will show.
1/4
Maybe
inch,
it's
right?
structural.
Yeah.
What is the thickness? I actually don't know.
I think it's half. Wait, no, I'm sorry. It's an inch, I believe. And the riser is it's half an inch.
You think so?
Unless otherwise.
But I would, I think that's something that's. So this is a retrofit.
No,
I love
I haven't
Inspectopedia,
seen
by the
any
way.
calculation
It's
of
awesome.
it yet. It's
Um,
only in that model.
You'll learn
that
a lot of
one.
stuff.
If you can
Yeah.
send me a screenshot of
So
the folder
here,
later, so then I
closed
can-
stairs.
I'm
They
not really
don't
fan
really
of
care.
keeping families in the folder.
They don't really
though,
care. They really
because
care.
it's
This is
gonna
actually
require
really good
maintenance.
stuff.
Yeah.
I want to say it's 1/8, but I'm not sure.
But anyway,
You know.
at some point,
So let us go with
it happens
1.5.
that we lose track of all the
Yeah, let's just go with 1 inch for now. Tread profile. What does that profile look like?
Yes, I see it.
The tread. Is there a nosing on
Oh, I
it?
see. I see.
Yes. We'll put a 1 inch nosing.
Mhm.
What's the profile? Is it like curved or whatnot?
Mhm.
Just say okay. Risers. How thick is that riser?
Mhm. I think so.
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Between a half and 1 inch. But I think it's more than half.
I will know the moment they build one and we go take a look. And then I will know what they're using.
Oh, okay.
So here, the
5/8.
tread is 3/4
Mhm.
and 5/8.
Right.
So that seems more realistic,
Mhm.
but this is also a retrofit. This is also a retrofit, but that seems more reasonable too. And to be honest, the only way we know is we pick someone's brains,
Mhm.
and not to say we know, it's what we want, right?
Mhm.
These are all retros.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I see. I'm not sure if you're using any plugins to. I'll send you something later so you can have a look. It might be helpful to like copying things over project to project. Yeah.
1/4 is step, 3/4 is their step. Retro traditional riser, 3/4 inch thick. So let's do that. Let's go
Like a
3/4 inch
traditional,
thick and 3/4 inch thick. I think that'll be a better
Because one
looking
thing that might be
detail.
challenging is like we're gonna keep families updating the folder. We also want to keep maybe I don't know.
They're talking about families too, which
There's
is
view
close to what
templates, I
we're
think.
doing.
I mean, there's a
I'm gonna rename this.
template file with view templates and filters. So the
3/4
plugin might be
tread,
helpful,
1 inch
like
nose,
on copying
3/4 riser.
copying them over individually. You know, you don't want to copy everything. You may be able to
Okay.
copy individually. Revit does not allow it by default, but there are some plugins that does.
These people are taking too
I'll send
long.
you something.
And then we say okay. Boom. So that's a full staircase, right? Alright. This is a full staircase. This is going from step 1 to step 21. It's going from ground floor to first floor, right? There's no landing because we haven't designed one.
Yeah, it can be like
It's
a,
very
just a
simple, very
placeholder.
straightforward. Let's say
Should
that
it be 20 stairs though?
why?
All right.
It's math. It's whatever the sum is.
Oh, I'm referencing off. Oh,
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
the
yeah,
okay.
yeah. So what we check here is this is
Alright.
6 short of 7.
But
What we don't want is something that is like 6 7/8.
Oh, like-
6 7 is okay.
Just about around
6. We don't want like 6.999.
I'll be around that.
That could be horrible, right? We would rather introduce another step. Now, Mark is great structural engineer. He pushes for that, but in reality, it's really hard to do. Okay, so we're here. We're gonna say okay to the staircase. We're gonna say you can draw a landing here, and then we can go from there. You say okay, and then there's your staircase. What's up?
I'm so sorry. Do you know off the top of your head, does Kingsley have truss plans in there and post tension slab? I just want to mention it if it's in there.
This is Browning, by the way.
No, Kingsley.
I understand, but what we were talking about earlier was Browning. Kingsley in the record set 5 has structural corrections and calculations, which includes PT plans,
Okay, but no trusses.
but no trusses yet.
Okay.
Shit, did I ask about trusses?
I just want to make sure Manaz knows what she's looking for.
I don't know actually. I'm just going to include you on the CC chain.
Okay.
Adding
See that tomorrow? Or see tomorrow?
CC.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no, we're good.
No, this is super important because in the end, that's what matters. Sorry. In the middle, that's what matters. That's permitting. All right. So, okay. So, we're good. So, we now have walls, right? Somewhere we have walls and walls. What others will tell you is the wall has to be close enough, locked in, whatever, right? But we're not there yet. We're just going to roughly say that in between the walls, we should have 4 feet, and that the 4 feet staircase is going to fit in there.
Right.
Is that real? No. Right? In real life, is that how it's going to happen? No. There's going to be miscellaneous things. Let's look at this in 3D. I'm going to just hide this particular wall. And you can see the staircase here is set up as a metal staircase still, right? You see a metal fascia panel. So what we now need to go is go in here. I changed the run type. Now we need to change the support. On the right, it's a stringer, and it's a closed string. We're going to change it to open string. We're going to look at it. Now you see what it is you got something that this sits on top of, right? And then, do we want a middle support? Sure, why not? How many middle supports? Just 1 for now. All right.
But in Browning case, it'll be 4, technically.
Why do you say that?
Because it's 4 stringers.
Got it. Let me first confirm that these are 3/4 and 1 inch. There it is. That's my problem. I used the wrong numbers. Just didn't look right. And I actually don't like it slanted. It should be a straight riser, like this. Okay, so whatever, right? It's aesthetics, but I think that's closer to what we're doing. So I added a second stringer inside, so it's like this. Cool?
Yep.
And not quite, because now what I'm seeing wrong is, let's add a floor here in level 2. I suppose this is right. And it's probably going to go a little bit behind that so you can see this. Yeah, I guess something's... So as you can imagine, in real life it's not going to be like this, right? This is made out of wood framing, there's going to be a fascia piece, and there's going to be still a tread. It's going to be a little different. Same down here. Right, same down here. It's gonna look a little different again, right? Even though it functions differently, it's still gonna be like this. Okay, so the next thing here is, do we have this correct? And the answer is no, because we still potentially have that 4-inch circle for people to fall out, and that is why for Browning I ended up doing a pony wall on top. So how did I do the pony wall? Fuck, I've forgotten. But I imagine what I did was, in here, I did a right support that was a little different. I imagine I did a right support that was offset. No, I guess I didn't do that. That's interesting though, but that's not what I did. I forgot what I did. Don't remember. Why is it hard to remember stuff? Let's say pony wall. It's not quite pony wall. It's a half height wall. It's going to be, instead of 1 feet, I'm going to call it 4 feet. Is it okay? I'm not even sure if it's the right one. Alright, so something's happening at the very least. Okay, so this wall probably is 2 feet, maybe? I don't know. Okay, maybe 2? No, has to be positive. 6 feet? Okay, so this one's dropping it down, so I don't want to drop it down. Okay, this is dropping it down. I don't know how I did this. I imagine this is the thickness of it. Cool, I got that right. I don't know.
Or you're just experimenting with the
yeah, just experiment.
Right.
I forgot what it is. Don't remember. Alright, well, whatever. We're just going to go with the other one. Don't remember what I did. Oh well. Railing though. I have to look it up. I have to open it up and figure out, because I don't keep any of this stuff in my head. Alright, so in the railing, what you see is it's going from the bottom to the very top. From the start of the tread to the start at the very end. What I like to do is to really go in here and clarify what we're doing. So let's say it's a handrail pipe, right? I think what we're going to do is we're going to do handrail pipe extension maybe. Let's see what happens. Oh, well, that didn't do anything. Handrail pipe, glass bottom. All right. So we'll start with this one here. We're going to duplicate this one. We're going to call this wood handrail. All right, and then what we're going to do is we see the railing height is 3'4", which is 40 inches, which is a weird number. I don't know why. We see that there's no rail structure. We see that there's balusters, that these guys, placements. There's one at the top, one at the bottom, and then there's spacing every 4 feet. You see that? And what I'm going to look at is, I don't think we're going to have a top rail. Alright. I don't think we're going to have a baluster that is running every... I think I'm going to run these panels every little pieces. So what is that? That is... I already lost the baluster rail somehow. I don't even know. Oh my goodness. Why does this not update? Weird, huh? Let me turn the top rail back on. Cool. Somehow I lost the balusters. Yeah, it doesn't work. Not sure. Don't know what happened. It's okay. So this is the baluster. Let's just go to a metal pipe rail. Metal pipe rail. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's try this again. Duplicate wood. Don't remember how the fuck I did any of this stuff. We're going to have handrail? No, I don't need a handrail. Oh, I see. I see. What happens is the top rail is used in here for these to top rail here. So how do I just delete these? Because I don't want these. Okay, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give up. I'm going to just open up what we did for Browning because I don't remember shit anymore. It's also because this is 2025, maybe? I don't know, it's weird. It's weird, but it's probably worth for me to figure out. Okay, so at least I'm here where I want to be. Where was that? No. This one here. So I'm going to delete all these rails. Okay. Cool. So apply. Cool. And then the railing is going to be I don't have this one actually. Yeah, I don't have it actually here. Let's just open up a local here for a second. Gonna open up an old Browning. May 5th, May 15th, detach, open, and detach and discard. So that's good. So now we're not going to have any rails. Cool. Apply. There's not going to be any here. And now I'm going to take off the front and bottom as well. The start and the end. So there's nothing here. Okay, finally, got myself a handrail. Now I'm going to say railing structure. Insert. No, that's not it. Baluster offset adjustments. That's weird. All right, let's go back into this. This is the Browning file. Let's just pull the staircase in here. Stair. And if we look at the stair on this one, select class maybe. It's a handrail pipe, it varies. So this one, how did I do this? Did a top rail, circular. I guess I didn't do anything different. It was good. Okay, so there's no balusters. Let's just go in here and try and make sure we're looking at the right things here. This one's not as good as the other one, I think.
I think neither of them have those balusters.
Really? I see. There's still an extension that I'm trying to capture. Add horizontals. Pipes. Because I'm pretty sure I extended those. And if I were to go back in here, yeah, there is an extension on this. Offset on path. Edit type. Handrails. Okay, so let's do this. Let's not get caught. Revit handrail extension.
No, you're never a bother. Get help for yourself or a friend at neverabother.org.
It's not. Okay, not in this standard, the apply, okay, again. So,
No,
Oh.
you're never a bother. Get help for yourself or a friend at neverabother.org.
so if that's something you're interested
Yeah,
in, in this
so we're
tutorial
trying to look
is the
for.
extension. So those are basically the two ways you can get to that menu. In this case, top rail. Or alternatively, what you can do is you can select the whole railing, go into edit type, find your top rail, change it to
Got it. That's what I was missing. So somewhere in here, I could do something this way. So when I click on this, I can change it. Now I have extension types, and the extension is: do we want to go to the wall? We're going to extend the bottom 2 feet, and then at the top, we're going to also extend it to the wall, and we're going to extend it 1 feet. I'm going to say OK, and now it's extending out. And that is what we're going to need to accomplish the railings.
And I guess wherever you're at, just further to experiment to see how it will turn that corner.
Yeah, yeah. So the real tricky thing that I found was when we had to do a staircase that was like wrapping on over itself. So this is easy, right? Like you get this, right? You have this. You do MA. You go here and here. That's easy. We can understand that. And this is probably as good as it gets for Revit. However, we know that the handrail doesn't exist this close to the wall, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, this is 4 feet. Like, we can't put the handrail this close to the wall. The handrail needs to be, if we go back to the detail, was it 1.5, you think?
1.5, yeah, I believe it's 1.5.
Alright, so right now, what is this? This is like offset from path, 2 inches, 2.5 inches. Right, and now I would say this would be something like 1.5, close enough, right? So we're going to do this, select all families, entire project, 2.5 inches. Probably some error somewhere there. Okay, so that's great, except we don't want to do that here, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new line, and we're going to do CS, create this. So we're going to say OK, and then we're going to make this, and we're going to make it 2.5. I'm going to flip it. It goes here. So now it's a straight line, right? It's not fun. And what we're going to do is you click on this, we're going to pick your new railing, and it's going to go here. And that's going to literally be this piece here, right? This is all fine and good. You can do the same thing for the other one. But what was problematic with Browning, and it's kind of my fault, is what we're going to do here. I don't know, let's just say it's like this, right? Let's say something like this. And then you do this. That's okay, right? But if you were to then just do this here, I don't know where it is, but let's say it's from here to here. I think it's this one here. And then you say, I want it to actually be on here. It won't in 2024, maybe in 2025. Like, I just can't get it to be on the second floor. And so there is where you start running into problems with Revit stairs. And so that is kind of where I was stuck at for Browning.
Right.
So in order to do this well for Browning, we would have to take the staircase, split it apart, and build it as separate staircases. It's actually really interesting. I'll show you what I mean by that. This is the staircase right now, right? So I'm going to move this over like this. So, you know, in 3D it looks like this, right? This is an automatically generated line, meaning it's attached to it. But here we can also go in here and say, hey, we create a railing, right? We can do this, and we say, hey, I want this railing to really be all this line here. I'll lock it. I say okay, And we're gonna make this railing, flip it, and we're gonna call this 2.5, right?
Mhm.
And then we're gonna flip it. And we're going to say, pick up this railing, please. Pick up the host, I mean. So it's perfect, right? I'm gonna delete this one. Right, but if we're gonna move this railing now, and this will come in correctly, right? I'm expecting the rail to come in onto this as well, which is great. I think I actually moved it forward a little bit. I don't know how I did that, but let's say. The problem is there's gonna be issues where you do like this, and the railing then goes all crazy. It's just confused. It's beyond confused, and it comes back down to here. And then you're just like, well, you were so smart earlier, what the heck happened now? And so that's the problem we have.
I see.
Okay, so railing balusters. Let's find some good Revit railing balusters. Wall mount. So we can see if they have container files out there. So like this, right, would be a container file just for railings. And I think I actually have a copy of this somewhere. But like,
Is that something you want to start working on as well?
no, railing's not that complicated. We're not going to be that tricky in the modeling.
Right.
The other stuff, yeah, the other stuff would be helpful to have. But like that is called a baluster. Like it's obviously a support, but it's treated
Right.
as a baluster family. You space it accordingly, and it will automatically render it.
Right.
It will automatically do it, so you don't have to do it in the SketchUp.
Right.
So and then you obviously have like newels and posts.
Mhm.
You can have panels in between. This is treated as a curtain wall family sometimes. All sorts of finagling going on with Revit, which it's unfortunate, but yeah, it's like, but having this, like, let's say you're doing shop drawings, right? And you're selling 10 different options. Having this and being able to match drop
Perfect.
is
Excellent.
super useful, right? And that's kind of what we're doing with the others.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Right.
I think this one's free too. I think you have to log in. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. High level Revit railings. I'm gonna do a file save,
Okay.
so you can just play with this model if you need to. Otherwise, you'll need to refine the railings for Kingsley and for Halldale. But I think more important is maybe getting on a call with Adon and understanding how he's looking at it from a structural perspective, because I think that's probably the more important thing.
Okay.
I'm just gonna save the railing container globally. I don't think it's actually that useful to put it here in folders.
Oh, I see.
You can do like a
Super separate.
you can do like a 01 or 02 or 00,
Right.
and that will show up automatically.
Okay.
All right,
Mhm.
cool.